my channel, and if you are new, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to hit all post notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos that I post. So obviously from the title and the beginning of this video, you can see that today we're going to be making a Leatherface pie. And don't worry, nothing human-like is going into this pie. Today I decided to make mine with apple pie. For this pie, you can use any type that you like. You could do strawberry and rhubarb, cherry, something that looks bloody would look really cool. This pie will look so cool if you're taking it to a Halloween party or to an office potluck. It will look so awesome wherever you take it. People will like obviously freak out and wouldn't want to cut into it, because I made this pie last year for my work potluck and nobody wanted to cut into it because it was just very gruesome. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and now let's get on to making the face pie.
So starting off, we're gonna prepare our pie dish, and I made my pie dough the night before. And I cut this in half. You want to just save half of it for the top. So on a clean working surface, you just want to sprinkle down some flour and then knead the dough just until it comes together into a smooth ball. Add as much flour as you want, that way it doesn't get stuck to the counter or whatever space you're using, and then just roll that out with a rolling pin. So once I rolled out my pie dough, I rolled it about, I would say, 1/4 of an inch thick, and then I just folded this in half, and then I folded it in half again and grabbed my pie dish and I placed that in the middle and unfolded my pie dough. Then you'll just want to push down the sides to make sure that it is all tucked into the pie tin pretty nicely, and then just cut off the excess pie dough, and don't get rid of this because you're going to need it for the top. And now on to make the pie filling. So in a bowl, you're just going to mix together sugar, brown sugar, flour, and cinnamon and nutmeg. And don't worry, I'll go ahead and have all the list of ingredients and the measurements down in the description box below, but you just want to mash this all up until it all comes together. And then just set this aside while we prepare our apples. Here today I'm using Honeycrisp, but I usually like to use Gala apples when I'm making apple pie because it just isn't as sweet because of all the sugars that it has, but I couldn't find those in the store, so here I'm just using some Honeycrisp. And then you just want to remove all the skins from the apple and then just cut these down in 4s and remove the core. So depending on how thick or thin you like your apple slices, here I'm just cutting mine to about 1/2 inch thick or so. And then some you'll see that I cut a little bit smaller, and then some are thick, but just do it to the preference that you like your apple pie to be. Then when you're done with cutting all of your apples, go ahead and add this into your sugar filling and mix it all up until it is well combined, and then go ahead and put this inside of your prepared pie tin. And then set this into the fridge, and then for the topping, we're just gonna do the same process, roll out our second piece of pie dough. And when rolling this out, I would say go on the thinner side of rolling the pie dough, just because when it bakes, after you've added all your face features, it'll bake evenly. Here I'm just making a little bit of a bigger circle so I know where to have my face features. And when you do have that, just go ahead and cut out your eyes and the mouth. And then I also, just with my knife, sketched out where the nose was going to be. You guys can get really creative with this, make your face however you like, but this is how mine looks. Now with extra pieces of pie dough, just go ahead and start rolling this out. We're gonna start with the lips. So I'm just rolling this into a thin shape, and what's so nice is that these smaller pieces start to kind of warm up in your hand when you're mixing them or rolling them, and it's easier to blend into the dough so it looks like one whole cohesive piece. And then I just wanted to add some detail, so I took my knife and I just added some lines down the lips, and then I cut off the excess pie dough around. And then, like I said, get really creative, guys, and you can just start layering your pieces. Here I'm adding the nose, I'm adding some more like skin, blending that in, moving the lips a little bit, cutting out a piece. So You guys can add as much or as little to make it look really creepy. And then from here, I didn't want to add anything else, so I just added this on top, and I wanted it to look like a face that was ripped. So with the rest of the pie, I just like ripped it. I didn't even cut it with a knife or scissors or anything. I literally just ripped it. And then don't forget to push the two pie doughs together, just so that way once it bakes, you don't have any syrup coming out through the sides. I also wanted to add some like stitches, or to make it look like two pieces of skin were sewn together. So with the extra pie dough, I just added some little pieces, and then with the end of a toothpick, I just pushed that in to make it look like it was sewn together. And I just added that to a couple of other places, and this is how it turned out. Now I wanted to color a couple of spots for my face pie before it baked. So I just took some red food color and I just added a little bit of water to that, and I mixed it together, and I painted this on the lips. And if you add a little bit too much, just go ahead and wipe it away with a paper towel. But I added this to the lips and then inside of the lines of like where the stitches marks was. And then where you've placed red wherever you like, go ahead and add your egg wash. So it's just 1 egg with 2 tablespoons of water. Brush that on. And then I baked this at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. And then I lowered the temperature for 375, and I baked that for an additional 35 minutes. When this came out the oven, I let it cool for about 2 hours so it just wasn't too hot. And I wanted to add some more detail, so I took some edible dust and I just added some darker red inside of the stitches and on the lips, and I mixed the green and the red together to kind of make a brown, to kind of get like a nicer colored skin on my face. And I just added highlights here and there and color where I wanted to make it look realistic. And I wanted to add like blood inside of the pie, so I took some seedless raspberry jam and I just added that into the open areas of the pie. And while doing this, just look how creepy this pie looks. Like, imagine taking this to a Halloween party or to an office party. Oh my god, people would be like super freaked out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, and also don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos that I post. I do have a lot of ideas coming up for the month of October, and don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. And if you have any ideas, leave them down in the comments below, and I will see you guys all in my next one.